How's it going? I have correctly put the chat into non-emote mode. Ads in. Love to see an ad. Big Taffman, love to see you in also. Good to see you all. Having a tea and just chilling out. Powerful Khan, good to see you as well. So right now, I got a secondary monitor down here. So my chat is currently down there. I've not fitted it to the wall yet, so it's gonna be me looking down to read all your comments. Die Dragon and Stardust Kittens, good to see ya. Always good to see you. It's an English breakfast tea, Taffman. Looking down on us, yes. It's is it a Tetley's? I can't remember what we get now. It doesn't really matter, does it? But I've just had some toast, and now I've got some tea, and that makes me happy. So, I've been watching a lot of people playing the new Red Dead server, and I kind of want to join in, but at the same time, it does scare me. Get a tea, Stardust. You must get a tea. I'm commanding you now. I did not just wake up. I've been awake for literally hours, Ad. So, come and be your assistant, Die. Is it a paid position? Would I have to be awake for a certain amount of time? Because often I am not. SDJP, good to see you in. Thanks for coming by. And Tambo, thanks for the follow, mate. Good to see you. Hello. Try to pronounce my name right. Okay. I'm gonna go with Amina Piraz 123. You can rate me out of 10 on that. But also tell me how to pronounce it, because I would like to be able to pronounce all your names correctly. It would be nice. Dr. Thomas. Oh, I see what you mean now, Di. I thought you meant in real life. Would I like to come and be your assistant? Are you on the medical team then in the Red Dead server? Don't associate with Di. Will ruin your rep. Big claims there by Big Taffman. That's why they call you Big, I guess. That person was just judging me on how well I did their name, and now they've left. So that's fine. Thanks for stopping by, I guess. Josh won't know. Good to see you in again. I know you were here for maybe the first stream. Or maybe you weren't. I just saw you followed me at the first stream. Yeah, so I've been watching a fair bit of the Red Dead server, and I'm still not sure whether I'm gonna jump in or not. I've spoken about it a little bit, but the pure RP of it kind of makes me a bit anxious. Like I'm very socially anxious anyway. I'm not a very chatty person. So this doesn't really make sense as a concept, but I'm trying it out. Just go for SD for you. Takes less time. That's a fair one. SD is good for me as well. So I mean, I know we were doing a lot of RP in the Rust server when we were playing that. But the thing with the Rust server was that I guess that it wasn't solid RP, so there were like I was free to at any time just talk as myself to Guspo or Cade or Pip when whoever was in. But yeah, it feels like I know it's not like a serious RP server. It's not like wild RP or anything where you're gonna get chucked off if you do your voice wrong or anything. But yeah, it still kind of fills me with a little bit of anxiety, and I think for the moment I'm just gonna sit back and watch everybody else play it. Everybody's been doing an amazing job already. I don't think I'm needed. But it's one of those things, it's one of those things where you end up feeling like you've got to be there. It's kind of a FOMO kind of deal. You can see how it would be a bit intimidating, Ed. Do you think you're going to drop in? It'd be good to see you in there. I mean, one thing for sure, I wouldn't be doing an American accent. I just can't. I just fucking can't. I big respect to everybody on there who can do it, but I would honestly fail miserably at pronouncing anything. Oh, you can't, can you, Ed? Because you're a stupid little Mac boy. A shame. Can you RP as a mute, just use hand actions? I mean, technically you could, Powerful Khan, but I feel like that's sort of verging on... I know it's not really ableism, but it's kind of that sort of area, if you know what I mean. And it's something that I'm just um, quite cognizant of as somebody with disabilities myself. You don't want to portray other people out of like an entertainment value, if that makes sense. That kind of doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to get used to just talking to people on here rather than suddenly diving into a game. No, you're all good, Powerful Khan. It's just one of those things that people don't really think about too much, and I don't know, it's something that needs to be considered, I think, when you're role playing as somebody, it shouldn't be like your costume as a role player shouldn't be some form of disability or stereotype or anything like that. I feel like nothing that kind of punches down. And I guess even though like RPing as a mute wouldn't be punching down per se, but it's just not my area to jump into, you know? You're not a wanker, Powerful Khan. Don't worry about it. Start every sentence with howdy and end with y'all and no one will ever know. That's solid. That is a solid argument. There's various British accents in single player Red Dead, so it fits the world. Yeah, that's true. I think if I did jump in, it would be, I mean, it would definitely be somebody with a British accent. I'd probably end up being like some sort of English explorer. But I mean, I was watching Guzbo stream it. Was it last night? I think it was last night. His accent is obviously spot on because he's a professional. But it gave me an idea I could go in as some sort of horse doctor who knows nothing about horses and just makes it up as they go along. Yeah, can we get a ban on that Scroobius Pip-Yo character, please? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Because Guzbo's horse is criminally thin, and it was very upsetting for me to watch. Skin and bones. You could see the poor thing's ribcage the entire time. Horrible. A dentist slash bounty hunter. Always a good choice. I mean, back in those days, everybody had about 16 jobs anyway. You were like the local farrier, and you were also a doctor, and you were also the dentist, and you ran the bank. Poor little Davy boy, the house? Davy boy, the horse. Didn't realise being super cool isn't allowed here. I accept the ban. Well, he said it now. He said it now. Evening Goose, good to see you in. That's actually banned him. Oh, it's good stuff. Do you actually know how to unban people, Ad? Because it's good banter, but we probably shouldn't ban him. There we go, okay. That's good stuff. Alright, don't know. Nice to see you in. Just testing the buttons. That makes sense. That makes sense. What is the time? I never know what time it is for sort of normal people. I expect you've all eaten already and stuff. When I say normal people, I mean people with a regular sleep schedule who don't normally stay up until 4 or 5 a.m. and then wake up at 2 or 3 p.m. You know how it is. Anyway, game. Game. Today, Rubius Pipyo says, "Let it be known I didn't click the request to be unbanned button." What are you trying to say? You don't want to be here? You can fuck off if you don't want to be here, mate. I don't need you. I'll delete your whole stream. I'll do it. I'll do it from the inside out. Alright, Gibbs, good to see you. How are you doing today? Anyway, this game. The game is Lucifer Within Us, which I know very little about. It's another one from that itch.io the Ukraine bundle. From what I gather, it's a sort of detective-y game, so it's just solving murders or crimes. It looked interesting from the art and stuff, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I've been listening to the extremely ominous music this entire time, and it's kind of put me on edge, so... let's give it a go. Ad, do you want to try changing the game? You're gonna make me do it. You want to give it a go? You've seen me do it. I should say whilst we're doing some little bit of admin here, here is the link for adding your pronouns in chat, which isn't required or anything, but it's useful for myself and other streamers to know how we can refer to you in chat. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, then you can do it there. The command is !set game and then the name of the game, which is Lucifer Within Us. We nearly got there. You got false info there from I can't remember how to say your name again. Is it Herd? Ford? Ford? No, you're all good. Yes, look at that. Professional streaming. You want to give yourself a little shout out, Ad? Ad's been doing the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 4. I think he may be moving on to a new game shortly. Look, you get your little thing at the bottom and everything. Oh no, pointing's a problem. Oh, you got timed out there, kitten. Sorry about that. I don't know why that timed you out. Okay, never mind. Maybe we should give Scroobius Pip a shout out as well. Maybe. You all know who he is anyway. What does it matter? Okay. I just tried to click on the game in OBS, so that's how my day's going. Don't make me read that. Can you hear the game, by the way? Hereford. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might just be the text for that has capitals in it or something. I'll need to investigate. Okay. 100 years without murder, 100 years without demonic possession, then this. I am Sister Ada, exorcist and investigator. This is my testament to the massacre at St. Walpurga's Abbey. It is truth, do not believe the lies of my accusers. You all hear that okay?
Sister Ada, welcome.
Let me know how the volume is compared to me talking. It looks like it should be okay.
I am Virgil, Chief Inquisitor at St. Walpurgis Abbey.
Nice.
We may be in need of your talents as an exorcist.
Can't believe we're an exorcist as
You
well.
can
I thought we
survey
were
the
just like a
evidence
detective.
yourself, but I think you will agree.
Has there truly been a murder?
It's been a murder.
It seems so. A respected priestess, Mother Miriam, passed this morning under suspicious circumstances.
How does it work? The pronouns thing? Yeah, it should just appear next to your name. It probably won't for me just during the stream because I have to refresh the source. But I can see other people's pronouns already. As you can see, Ad's got his he/him badge and I've got my she/they badge. Yeah, so it just adds it at the start in a little text box. Yeah, it's worth setting up. I think it's very useful. Exorcist and investigator, I know. Fucking double threat. Suspected priestess Mother Miriam passed this morning under suspicious circumstances.
A demon may be present. Here, even now. Possessing someone.
Is it possessing you, Virgil?
What happened exactly?
Mother Miriam was only recently appointed as successor to Abbot Gregory. This morning, she came to the workshop to receive her coronet of office.
Something went wrong with the installation.
Yes, to put it mildly, the coronet oversurged, killing Mother Miriam. Brace yourself for the sight.
Did he say what a coronet was? I don't think I was paying attention. And I'm sorry to everybody in chat who's having to read things about a fuck annex and don't understand why. That's all Ad's fault. It does sound like a Ghostbuster, doesn't it? Okay.
Then the workshop operators, Gideon and Reuben, are the prime suspects.
Yes, but it's highly out of character for Gideon or Reuben to kill someone.
It's out of character for them to kill someone. It's not likely that they would kill somebody, it's just out of character. They might just be having an off day.
Even so, they were the only ones present when Mother Miriam died.
Daemons nurture our sinful desires into unthinkable actions, Virgil. One of the brothers has surely been seduced by a daemon. Whichever it is, I will unmask his lies and cast out the daemon within him.
See, we're going with daemon pronunciation. Yes, I know it was me who christened... I don't think christened is the correct word there, is it? It was me who called it the fuck annex, we'll say that. But none of these people might not know about it. Brat Daemon, exactly. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him.
May Einsoff's will be done. Amen.
Einsoff.
To exorcise a daemon, we must uncover 4 things. First, the suspect. We must identify which sinner is possessed by a daemon. Second, the opportunity. When exactly was the murder committed?
Sorry, I'm actually trying to pay attention to what the game wants me to do because I'm going to forget this immediately if I don't.
We can pinpoint the opportunity by analyzing each suspect's testimonies. Third, the means by which the murder has been committed. The means can be found among the physical evidence at the scene of the incident.
Are we saying this out loud? Virgil just stood there like, what the fuck are you talking
The
about?
motive of the murderer, which can be found in their inner world, their sanctum. The motive will tell us which daemon possesses the sinner.
Very well. Let
Oh,
us
okay, we were
begin
saying
our
that out
holy
loud.
work.
You gonna put me on the TV and grab a beer? You go for it, mate. That sounds awesome. And Pip's just talking about himself. That's fine. All normal. All normal. Oh, am I controlling stuff? Oh, we just spoke to Virgil. So that's Reuben, and that's Gideon. And we're assuming one of them did it, if not Virgil. Who was one of the Ghostbusters, I'm pretty sure. Ghostbusters? Thunderbirds. Let's look at their body. Mother Miriam's body, a valuable piece of physical evidence. Excuse me. A new entry is now added to your evidence panel, which can be found to the lower left. Okay. Gotta present stuff to the suspects. I see, I see. The body is completely unharmed, but her head has exploded into a mess of blood and bone fragments. Sure. Sure. It does look a bit like Stargate Atlantis. I don't know what you're talking about, filthy toilets now. That's a bit disturbing. Pick up the bone fragments, says Ad. That bone fragments? Oh no, okay. Sorry, the birds started kicking off, so if that gets loud, I do apologise. Coronet remains. Down near Mother Miriam's body. Ah, thanks, Khan. Thank you for the mun-muns. Or the Millet Fund. We love to see it. Very much appreciated. He's eating me out of house and home. That little boy. Parts of the amplifier component and bits of the casing have survived the explosion. Okay. Oh. The victim. Newly appointed voice of Ein Sof. Was it Ein Sof or Ein Sof? Who was scheduled to receive an ether coronet implant. Oh, that sounds bad. This music's scary, man. Door button. I found some evidence. I'm not sure that a button is evidence, but wait, no, it didn't let me do the thing. Ah, have I fucked it? Come on. It was. I think I fucked it, guys. It's not letting me do the thing. We were meant to be learning about something there and I ruined it. Let's examine the control panel. Maybe it'll give me another tutorial. It will not. Control panel used to activate and control the consecration chamber. Usage records show that the ether output during the ceremony was well beyond safe ranges. I kind of just want to like gather everything before talking to these brothers. Coronet limiter. Found in Gideon's workspace in pristine condition. Component is required to safely install the coronet without causing an ether oversurge, which I guess is what happened. I see you're still not quite over your robbery there by Big Taff Man Ad. Consecration ceremony. 1. Place the coronet and the recipient in the chamber. 2. The performer and the recipient pray in silence. 3. Begin the song to start modulating the ether or intensify the ether output by bringing the performance to a crescendo. You said? I can gather. Here. Ruben's workstation. Coronet blueprints. Plans for constructing the ether coronet. The purpose of the device seems to be to amplify the user's ether output. The components are amplifier, casing, and limiter. Beer blueprints found on Ruben's workstation. Plans for restoring a relic that was recently brought to St. Walpurgis by Father Augustine. Look, none of you are doing any of that because the Rust server's dead. We gotta move on. You don't have to move on, really. You can carry on talking about it. Anything else? I think that's it. Okay. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me. Somebody didn't put the limiter thing on and it blew her head up. Amplifier, casing, and limiter. Let's talk to these boys.
This is madness! I will not suffer this injustice!
Okay. Okay.
I am Gideon the Grand, the greatest cybernetician of our generation.
Ah, shit, I want to be a cybernetician. That sounds awesome.
I am blessed. I don't know what went wrong this morning. My hands are guided by the divine.
I see only gaudy trinkets here. Mother Miriam died by your hands. Is that not so?
Big accusations there that I did not pick. Mother Miriam was my patron. She loved me like a son. I did nothing wrong. The consecration chamber must have been compromised. Sister Ada is here to seek the truth, Gideon. You have nothing to fear if you are innocent. Please hear Gideon's testimony, Sister Ada, and judge for yourself if he speaks true. Testimony is divided into parts. You can access detailed descriptions of events by hovering over them. And manipulate the timeline marker to navigate to any moment in the testimony. Okay. This does feel very Phoenix Wright, doesn't it? Let's listen to what Gideon has to say. If Ada doesn't say objection or hold it at some point, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident. To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplifier.
What did he say about the arrival?
To prepare for the Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony.
Gideon does not mention Reuben being present while greeting Mother Miriam.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony.
Okay. wash am I drinking? I don't know, the pink one. At least it's not Pearsad. But he was alone. Finish hearing the rest of his testimony. Okay.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
That looks like the limiter to me. What Reuben was doing in that time. Hornbeam, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. Yeah, I'm not sure about this guy.
Closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
I like this sort of vision cone thing that they're doing. It's cool.
Then I activated the consecration chamber and began the ceremony itself. The aether output was within safe ranges.
What it said earlier. That's a little organ thing, I get it. Oh, I looked away at the wrong time. Wow. It's not the fuck annex. Can't. Okay. We're being told to leave him. I mean, we've got evidence that contradicts what he just said, but I guess we have to talk to Reuben first.
An exorcist? Surely there are no demons here, though. This was an accident, wasn't it?
It does feel like an accident.
If Gideon is possessed, that would mean he did it on purpose. Horrible.
You must be the elder brother.
Yes, my name is Reuben Garamond. I am responsible for the engineering and design of our implants.
No one tried to stop the machine. I wonder if you can stop the machine once it's started.
How did Mother Miriam die, exactly?
It was a completely preventable accident. Mother Miriam died because Gideon deliberately flouted the ceremonial guidelines for his own glory.
He's really throwing his brother under the bus there.
Gideon may be my flesh and blood, but he must take responsibility for his negligence.
Let's hear what Reuben has to say. In mind, Reuben's testimony may different greatly. Reuben's testimony may differ greatly from Gideon's version of events. If an event is corroborated by another suspect's testimony, not victim, it will be marked as verified on the timeline. But they could both be lying. Let's listen to what Reuben has to say.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant. Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
Wow.
Gideon convinced her to move forward with the ceremony anyway. Since he was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
This part of his testimony is rather long and repetitive. Let's move ahead to the next section.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
He was lost in the sauce. And the unthinkable happened. Mother Miriam was killed. This was no accident. It's all Gideon's fault. Wow. Now that we've heard testimony from each suspect, let's think carefully. There is only one truth to the chain of events of this morning, and I doubt that either brother has told it to us. So we must rely on Ein Sof's greatest gift to us, our minds. There are 3 ways we should consider what we've discovered. The first way is deduction, since there can only be one truth. If 2 things don't align, one or both of them are false. Agreed. If Gideon and Reuben do not agree on something, someone is lying. Or if what they say do not this is confusing me, it's written so weirdly. Or if what they say do not match the evidence I find, then they must be lying. Second is induction. I should base my theory based on what I discover. If my theory does not align with any of the testimonies or evidence that I find, then I should discard it. If 2 theories are both possible, then I should prefer the one that has more information that supports it. That said, induction alone is usually not enough. Finally, abduction. I must hypothesize what could have happened, filling gaps in information with my imagination. This doesn't sound like good detective work. It's the fastest and the most powerful way of thinking, but also the most fraught. Engage in each of the 3 ways in order to uncover the truth. Okay. We've got our suspects here, I guess. Oh no, the victim's there as well. He's less popular than Gideon. That's interesting to put in there. The more I learn about this Gideon, the more I suspect he might be a real jerk. I think I'm with you there. Reuben seems cool. I say regardless of what we find out, we just say it was Gideon. The dickhead. Now that I've discovered important pieces of evidence, let's ask this suspect about them. Collect any evidence and ask him about it. Ask! Remember that I can ask a suspect about any evidence that I find. Her death was painless. Her head exploded, man. I bet that really hurt for a second. I feel like if my head exploded, it would hurt for a second at least. Alright, Sparkle. Just popping in to say hello. Good to see you. Thanks for popping by. Thank you for the well wishes. Okay. I have to ask about everything, I guess so. A masterwork. It was perfectly fitted to Mother Miriam's brow. That's like the tiara thing. Right, Stardust? She was all fucking screaming and that. Perfectly fitted to Mother Miriam's brow. Even in pieces you can see the sublime beauty of my artistry. Where is the limiter? Yeah, we haven't found it yet. Ether limiter was supposed to protect the coronet from an oversurge. Additionally, it was the crown jewel of the coronet. I suppose it shattered. Damnation! Right. Door controls. Door access records show the chamber was sealed during the ceremony, but he said he heard somebody opening it. There you have it, proof the ceremony was performed flawlessly. Flawlessly apart from the bit where her head exploded. What's curious is that the door was opened twice. First time was when Reuben opened the chamber to let Mother Miriam in. Second time was just before the ceremony started when you closed your eyes and prayed for guidance. With the one true God as my witness, I swear that is the truth. I kneeled and listened for his voice. It must have been Reuben who opened it, for some reason. For some reason. I thought. He was always skittish about the slightest possibility of a malfunction. I mean, do you see why? Do you remember the bit where the woman's head exploded? I think everybody's sort of just passing over this. You were stood there and her head blew up. Okay. Asking about the control panel. How do you operate this device? Just play it like a normal organ. Rude way to phrase it. There is much artistry in the performance. Rhythm and melody of my music affects how the energy is transferred into the implant. The limiter. I thought we didn't find the limiter. Recognize this component, Gideon. It was found at your workstation. The coronet limiter! Impossible, but the explosion, how could it be undamaged? Someone must have removed it from the coronet prior to the ceremony. All but ensuring the ceremony would end in a bloody mess. I had nothing to do with this, why would I sabotage my own work? That's a good point. Why indeed. The creation ceremony is meant to be glorious, beautiful. Reuben has always been devout, serious, and boring. We can't all be grand, I suppose. Right. I don't know how these two have been working together all this time. They seem to hate each other. That Reuben's little chart, he sure loves making things complicated. Nothing wrong with a spreadsheet. True art comes from the soul, nothing in that mess of lines and wires expresses the beauty of the coronet. And the spear. Oh, is that Reuben's little project? Whatever keeps him busy is fine by me. Okay, that's everything.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
But I mean, one of them said that Gideon said that he spoke to her alone and Reuben said they greeted them together. So how do I say like that's wrong? We'll just talk to them about it. Were you alone when greeting Mother Miriam? Yes, I'm certain I was alone then. So how do we how do we do stuff? Corroboration. Yes. Corroboration, no. Maybe if I ask about that. Reuben agrees that Mother Miriam arrived at that time. What more to it is there? Okay. Ooh, it's a little thinky tab. Oh, okay, that doesn't do anything yet. So excited about that. Ask about that. Asking about discuss ceremony. I don't really recall what he said or did at this time. I'm not sure why these ones are gold. Does that mean... Oh, it means they're either corroborated or specific, I guess. Killian seems very overly confident on making this process overly grand. He does. Just do it. Do the bare basics. Get it all done. Move on. There's nobody here to see it.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's emblem. To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber.
Well, he said he just fucked off and Gideon did it all. Why have Reuben do this? Why not open the chamber yourself? I did not want Mother Miriam to have to wait too long. Besides, menial work is all Reuben is good for anyway. Woo! These two, man. Get on Jeremy Kyle. Hash it out.
I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Reuben returned to work? I have no idea. That's not important here anyway. Okay. Asking about adjust coronet. What exactly did you modify? I modified the amplifier within to its maximum setting. To do so, I had to temporarily remove the limiter. I made sure to replace it before taking to the chamber. Interesting.
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
So it's corroborated but not specific. Guess we'll ask him about it. You heard the door open. Perhaps. I also think I heard footsteps, but it's a faint, vague memory. Not to mention it's impossible. After all, Mother Miriam can't open the door from within. Reuben was probably working away on some new device or another. I must have imagined it. Why did you say it then? Yeah. Gideon claims that the ether output values are within safe ranges, but the control panel indicates otherwise. Let's present the control panel to him and unmask his lie. Okay. Present. Oh. Alright, Big Thomas. Good to have you in. How are you doing this evening? The ether output was within safe ranges. You lied, Gideon. The ceremony wasn't safe. Control panel's records show that the ether output values were in abnormally high ranges. Of course it was. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet as powerful as it could be. I'm Gideon the Grand. With my talents I had it under control. I made no errors. Something else went wrong, I just don't know what. Gideon has amended his testimony. Let's examine maintain control.
The ether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control.
Oh, okay. Now we've verified that. Game's complicated, man. Oh, I made my drink. Because the statement from Gideon's testimony is now verified for two reasons. Specificity, it has a shorter time frame and describes a clearer set of events. And two, physicality, Gideon's testimony is now consistent with the records from the control panel. Okay. Cool. I can assume that any verified statement like this is true. Maybe. What's more, the contradiction weakened the suspect's resolve. Oh, okay. So it'll be like one of those, I don't know how many people here have actually played Phoenix Wright, but In the Phoenix Wright games, you get some suspects who will only tell you things if you unlock literally locks on the screen by sort of pressing them on things. I think it's like that. His Eye of Providence glows, which allows me to enter his sanctum. The digital representation of his mind. Getting freaky. Let's use his third eye to enter his sanctum. I don't want to go in his sanctum, to be honest. See what truly motivates the suspect. Do we really need to go into his sanctum to find out he was narcissistic? That seemed quite evident to me. We only cracked the outer layer of his sanctum this time. Still, let's examine the psychological evidence that we found. Information will help me discern which statements to trust. Narcissist found in Gideon's sanctum. Craves attention and sincerely believes he is the best cybernetician in the world. I really wish I was a cybernetician. That sounds awesome. Let's quickly examine each statement in his testimony again. Rooms. How do I... Okay, I want to do it. Let me do it. Oh. You're not the best cybernetician? Cybernetician in the world, Guzbo. Just can't be. He blames everyone else. He wanted to make a big show, so he believed he could remove the limiter and overload the machine. It doesn't seem like he actually wanted to kill her, does it? He just wanted to do like the biggest and best consecration or whatever they're called. Some of the statements are now supported by the suspect's psychology. Next, I must find correlations between the suspect's behaviour and existing daemons. Getting into some dark shit. Demonology, Lucifer the Proud, the Prince of Daemons, and the eternal adversary of Ein Sof manifest in the ambitious and strong-willed, promising them their heart's desire in exchange for their soul. Beelzebub. The Tharnas. Okay. If the suspect is possessed, there should be a psychological evidence that has a clear correlation with the daemon. You're not the best cybernetician in the world. I think that's quite true. Oh, look at Ad with his little shout outs. Good work, Ad.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
We'll find more contradictions. Oh, we're just straight up accusing him. To accuse the suspect must establish the opportunity, means, and motive of the crime. Have you seen this, Guspo? We're solving crimes today. Solving. Try to establish the opportunity. When could I have possibly harmed Mother Miriam? Not on the arrival. Well, during the... When could I have harmed Mother Miriam? I mean, she died then. The output was high. Did we say that he... Did he harm her when he was adjusting the coronet because he took the limiter out, or did he harm her when the ether output was high? Let's go with the ether one. Yeah, we're solving crimes. I know. I thought we'd get some practice in. Good, if it's a valid answer, the suspect will be forced to admit they could have committed the murder at that time. I don't know if that's true. They could just say no. Otherwise, the suspect will give a counter-argument as to why that's impossible. You performed the ceremony yourself. This gave you ample opportunity to hurt her. Yes, I performed the ceremony, but I did nothing that could have harmed her. Wait, so did I get that right? Game? For this I need to present physical evidence for the means. By what means are you claiming that I killed her? I guess just the limiter or the control panel? Let's try the limiter. It's on his desk. Same as before, the suspect will accept my evidence if it's valid. We went and spoke to him. We've not, and we've got his testimony down here. But we haven't sort of gone back to him to talk to him again. I feel like we're just going straight in on Gideon. Just fuck Gideon. He's the worst one anyway. Ruben's way better. Suspect will accept my evidence if it is valid. Okay. Deny it if they can explain why I'm wrong. While you were adjusting the coronet, you removed the limiter. That's nonsense. Is it? Do you really think I would forget to replace the crown jewel of my masterpiece? Okay, so they're saying that's wrong. The control panel? Oh, okay, so I got that one wrong, and I got that one right, I guess. Establish the motive. Need to present a psychological evidence from their own sanctum. I loved Mother Miriam. Why would I hurt her? We've only got narcissists, so... If he's the culprit, then presented with the correct motive, the daemon within him will compel him. Oh, I see, okay. That makes more sense, I guess, that there's some sort of reason as to why they wouldn't just say, no, fuck off, that's lying. He's a narcissistic piece of work. Is that missing limiter somewhere? I mean, that was what I just presented to him. I presented him the limiter when he asked, like, how could I have done it? And the game didn't seem to like that. If not, you will deny my claim. You're a self-absorbed man. Everything you do feeds into your pride. To you, Mother Miriam was a mere prop for your masterpiece. You carelessly caused her death in pursuit of artistic glory. How dare you! I took the utmost care in everything I did for Mother Miriam. The coronet was designed to be worn by her. Without her, it will remain forever imperfect. I would never risk anything that could harm my work or Mother Miriam. So did I get that? What? I only had one thing. This accusation was unsuccessful, which means I must investigate further. Let's cancel for now and leave the suspects. Okay. Wait, what? How do I... Oh. Confused. Did he want to take over the role of leader? Like, take over from Mother Miriam? I don't know, it feels like he just wanted to do a really fuck off big ceremony thing. Talk to Reuben again.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant.
Can I ask him about that? You and Gideon greeted Mother Miriam together. That's right, Mother Miriam is our patron, so I insisted on being present. I mean, I can't contradict that, even though that he said that like he was the only one who
Gideon suggested setting the
greeted her.
coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
About that. They didn't heed your warning, why not? Gideon believes that his so-called genius makes him impervious to danger. An ordinary man might fail. I clicked on that too quickly. As for Mother Miriam, she hasn't got ears at all, mate. Her head blew up. She only has ears for Gideon. Today was no different. Right. I guess I can ask him. Ah, Gideon didn't mention me being there, typical. Okay, they're just pissed off at each other. Alright, Darcy. Good to see ya. I don't know if demonic possession will help you out with a hangover, but it's worth a try. Hoping so. I mean, I think she turned sort of mostly into a paste ghost, so I don't know if she has got ears anymore. Curious, Reuben claims he went back to his workstation. What does Gideon say? Let's switch to his testimony. Oh, you can flick between them. Gideon claims that Reuben opened the door to the consecration chamber. Let's go back to Reuben.
Gideon convinced her to move forward with the ceremony anyway. Since he was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Very true. Demon of hydration could help with hangover. But I mean, once you get to a certain age, there's not a lot you can do. You're just fucked. Present that. Lies unmasked. Oh, we're full naming him. Reuben Garamond. You did not return to your workstation after the discussion. Gideon ordered you to open the consecration chamber for Mother Miriam. Ordered me, is that what he told you? Despite his delusions, Gideon is certainly not my master. These two, man. I did open the chamber, it's true. I apologise for the omission. I mean, the regular part of our routine that it's a regular part of our routine that it slipped my mind earlier. I wonder what language this was originally written in. Guy's never had a hangover. Because I can see your pronouns now. Nice. He quit drinking at 21. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, was there never like a teenage time where you just went too far? I'm sure everybody's done that at some point. You've got to know where the limit is and just to push the boat out, you know? I know, Reuben's letting us down a bit, isn't he? I hope it doesn't turn out he did it. My plan is to accuse Gideon anyway. Oh, you've been mega drunk, just never had a hangover. I suppose when you are a teenager that doesn't really happen. You just get a bit of a headache the next day.
They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet.
Okay, Reuben's amended his testimony. Now it's verified. I woke up in Newport once after being to Cardiff. You fall asleep on the train? What happened? I'm invested in this now. What happened? You run there? It feels like Mike in space when he accidentally runs to wherever it was. Sheffield. Tube doesn't go to Sheffield, Mike. An amazing picture of me on my 18th birthday with my head hanging in the toilet after spewing my ring up with my father holding up my hair, which he'd put in a ponytail. Beautiful. Beautiful. We've all been there. Alright, Martyr God, good to see you in. Must have changed at King's Cross. Okay, statement from Ruben's testimony is now verified. Yup. Yup. Return to work.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Okay. What were you working on? I was restoring a ceremonial spear. What's... Something's like blinking. Am I missing a thing? Maybe it's just part of the music. I was restoring a ceremonial spear for tonight's mass. It's a magnificent relic. I think Abbot Gregory will be pleased with the result. Okay. Asking about the prayer. I saw Gideon pray before the ceremony began. He did that right, at least. He approached the control panel at that time.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
After what happened, Gideon still thinks he had things under control. He's delusional. True that. When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen. He was lost in the source. We saw him. Why did you have to ask Gideon to stop? Why not force him? Good point. Couldn't you open the chamber or push Gideon aside? Another good point. Interrupting the ceremony would have been more dangerous. Had I opened the chamber, the energy would have been let loose into the workshop. Okay. Had I pushed Gideon away, no one would have been controlling the energy gathered within the chamber. Oh look, we can get into his little brain space. In either case, my action would have resulted in a greater catastrophe. Oh, there's an update on this Die Dragon story. Went to Cardiff to see a gig, got drunk as fuck, woke up in Newport. Fair. Fair. How'd you mistake moisturiser for toothpaste? Ah! I can feel it in my mouth thinking about it. Has anyone said impressive organ? Not yet, you win that one. He already knew it would be a dangerous amount of energy before it was activated. It feels like, even if it was like a normal amount of energy, it's probably dangerous to open it. That's what I'm gathering anyway. Oh, I already did that one. That was the one we just did. Try the one above it. Oh, okay, we've done that one as well.
Then the unthinkable happened. Mother Miriam was killed. This was no accident. It's all Gideon's fault.
See, look at this Gaspo. She definitely does not have ears anymore. They might be stuck to the walls, I suppose, somewhere. That's fair, Stardust. Drinking's not for everyone. I know a fair amount of people who just don't enjoy the feeling of being drunk is fair enough. Okay, let's go into his little brain meats. Find out all about him. There's ear atoms mixed up in that, that's true. I suppose they still exist in one form or another. Was that just believer or I missed that because I was thinking about ear atoms? Believer. And in Ruben's sanctum, faithful servant of Ein Sof, or so he thinks. He knows that cybernetics are a critical part of the one truth. Ask him about it, I guess. Cybernetics empower us in the eyes of the one true God, Ein Sof. I am honoured to be of service. What have we got that contradicts them?
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
I guess we contradict that because Gideon said that he opened the door. Yeah, we can't get into that, die. I'm trying to get affiliate here, I'll get in trouble. So this is the spear thing. I guess we contradict him here. No. Return to work.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen. Since Gideon
Have we
was
asked
going
him
to
about
handle
that?
everything, I went back to my tasks.
Right. Give me 1 sec, guys. I need to take a quick break. Bear with me. I return. Stardust is asking about the burb. Sadly, he is Cocky the Cockatiel. Mistakes were made. I was 10 years old. He learnt how to say it before we could come up with a better name for him. It was meant to be a temporary name, and then it just got stuck because he learned how to say it. He's 24 years old now, there's no change in it. Oh, he's 23. Good point. Yeah. 24 this year. He's my boy. Right. So we know he's like, what? Yeah, why didn't, if he's like he's a believer, why didn't he do the prayer? He was going to handle everything. I went back to my tasks. Not sure what I should be contradicting here. Because I tried contradicting this, but we don't have anything don't have anything to like contradict him with. He can say his name. He doesn't say it very much anymore. He used to a lot more than he does now. He loves to say a good hello, Cocky. Mostly he just babbles now and he says hi there and hello there and he's a little chatterbox. Blake Town, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. Yeah, any ideas guys on what I can contradict? Corroboration. I think Bond got here late because your notification didn't go off. That's a shame. Good job, Twitch. What is happening or why can't I subscribe? You cannot subscribe because I am not yet affiliate, but we're working on it. We are working on it. So you just hoard those gold coins and then eventually you can release them to me in the form of a sub if you so choose. It shouldn't be too long till we get there. I think mostly all I need to do now is do more streams, which I'm happy to do when I find the time and I'm not asleep, which is very often. I guess it's this bit.
The consecration chamber, I immediately felt something
What
was
makes
wrong.
someone an affiliate?
Gideon
There's a list of things that you have to do. I think I've mostly covered them all now, except for streaming for 7 different days over a period of 30 days. So I need to do like 5 more streams. And then it should come through eventually. Twitch is not great at doing things in a timely manner. We'll say that much. You've got a southern bits to throw at me. Thank you, Goose. I appreciate that. You imagined a series of IRL quests to become affiliate. It sort of is. Kind of. I mean, this is all real, isn't it? This is real. Are you guys real? Present a bowl of oats at the northwest corner of town. Is it... Do I contradict that he tried to stop the ceremony? Let's just try it. Present another suspect's testimony or physical evidence. Oh, okay, yep. Oh. We done fucked up. Several people aren't real. Gaspar is real-ish. It's not real. I mean, as long as we're all having fun. That's what counts, right? Don't make me solve Fermat's last theorem. Not good at maths. Let's just return. I got that wrong, obviously. I'm not sure where the contradiction is. We've got a lot of non-real people in here, and I'm here for it. Maybe I'll just accuse him. I don't want to accuse him though, because I don't want it to be him. What is real anyway, dude? Fuck. Let's not get into it. Let's just run through it again, I guess.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant. Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous. They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet.
That all lines up.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back
Ep
to my
says
tasks.
he's a mystery, covered in a riddle, wrapped in an Enigma t-shirt. No, you're not. You're the fucking Riddler. He went back to his tasks.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen. Then the unthinkable happened. Mother Miriam was killed. This was no accident. It's all Gideon's fault.
I'm sorry. The ether output was high. What have we got in the evidence? We've got her body. Coronet remained. Oh, Darcy, thank you very much for the Ko-fi. For work, good luck with the streaming thing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Found near Mother Miriam. Parts of the amplifier component and bits of the casing have survived the explosion. What do we have to contradict this guy? Any ideas? I mean, Gideon said that he heard somebody.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back
He
to
heard
my
somebody
tasks.
go into the chamber. But I can't seem to. Maybe I'll contradict him on that. And that. Oh, there we go. Gideon thought he heard something during his prayer. Oh. That doesn't mean anything, he could have imagined it. I guess we show him the door controls? Present. Usage records show that it was open twice this morning. We done did it! Could he have told Gideon no? To... you test my patience, Ruben. Has your memory slipped once more? The door records show that the consecration chamber was open twice today. Given that Gideon was praying during this time, only you could have opened the chamber. It's true that I opened the chamber again just before the ceremony started, but I had my reasons. Something about the chamber seemed unseemly. Good sentence. Given what happened to Mother Miriam, I feel vindicated in my fears. Tell me what you did in the chamber.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Seemingly unseemly. Oh, how dare you! Hello! Evening. And thank you for the congrats. It's been going okay. My second stream was slightly disastrous, but we're okay now, I think. Can you question some of the others and come back to this geezer? I mean, it's only the two of them, pretty much. I don't think the guy at the start has anything to do with us. Or anything to do with this scenario, anyway. Oh, let's ask him. Oh, we've already asked this. Restoring a ceremonial sphere. Oh, Fluffy Pink Blonde, thank you! That's very kind. I very much appreciate it, thank you. Restoring a ceremonial spear. Okay.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order.
Ask him about that. What were you checking? To perform the consecration ceremony safely, precision is critical. I wanted to make sure that the coronet was placed correctly on Mother Miriam. Okay.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
That's very kind, Fluffy Pink Bond. Thank you for coming by. Everything seemed fine, but you said it was dodgy. Chamber.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order.
Can I then show him the limiter and ask why he didn't? If I contradict him. No, okay. Surely if he checked. He verified that the coronet was in working order, but the limiter wasn't on it. Yeah, Ruben. His story doesn't add up, but I still think we need to accuse Gideon because I hate him. Interweb went down, back up now, loving the chill vibe. Thank you, SD. I appreciate you being in. Return to his desk. Oh, we can do the thing again. Ooh. Envy. B. Hey, humble one. Good to see you in. How are you feeling now, Humble One? Are you alright? Hip Hop Guinea Pig! Hello! Good to see you as well. Pip is staring at Ruben's neck. Is it this little V here? Is that what's upsetting you? It's a bit of an elbow neck, isn't it? Maybe he broke his collarbone. I broke my collarbone. It doesn't line up anymore. But it doesn't look like that. I hasten to add. It does not look like that. Okay, so we know that he's envious now. What does that help us with?
To us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant. Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
I suppose we could present that to him. Like maybe because he's envious he wouldn't have warned him. Let's try that. Here. Here. Did I? What? Contradict. Oh, physical evidence. Okay. Never mind. Please don't hasten to me. I'll hasten to whoever I fucking want, alright? This is my house now. Broken collarbone sounds horrid. Do you know how it happened? I think I was about 5. My brother and I had been watching wrestling on our dodgy cable box, and I was crouched on top of the arm of a sofa as if it were the turnbuckles, and he pushed me off the side of it. So I broke my collarbone falling off a sofa. Good times. I just remember the only thing I can remember about it is the really weird feeling of my arm just not being able to move, like just it just being kind of a bit of meat that hangs down the side of my body. Just not being able to move it at all. You're pathetic, Ad. Fuck up. Right. What? How did we use that evidence before? Oh, it was because of it was in the accusation bit, wasn't it? Meat arms, yeah, exactly. Llama down. We'll have to get a little emote of me rolling when I actually become affiliate. It does sound like a gnarly wrestling injury, even though it was very undramatic and I fell, I guess, approximately 2 or 3 feet. And that was the only time I've broken a bone. So now you all know that. Enjoy that information. I don't think it will let you into my bank account or anything, but yeah, you enjoy it. Did we accuse him? I don't want to. What have we got left? At our age, we would probably be bedridden until death after that. Probably, yeah. Sadly, I also, during the pandemic, I took up skateboarding again. So I have suffered several more injuries, but no broken bones. I say taken up skateboarding again. I never stopped, but I've started trying to learn more park stuff, like the vert ramp and things. It didn't go very well. Always wear a helmet. Always wear a helmet. I don't know what to do now, I'm stuck. The music's cool
They
though.
decided to perform the ceremony anyway.
What
I
is this
opened the
game? It's
consecration chamber,
called
while Gideon brought the coronet.
Lucifer Within Us. It's basically Phoenix Wright if you've ever played that, but slightly more weird and more gory. I did this major wrestling move once, did a flying leap. Yeah. I really should beef up that story a bit more, but I'm not gonna. I think it sounds better when I say I fell off a sofa. Yep. Has anyone referred to any of your injuries as having a fall yet? Not yet. I feel like I'm on my way to it. I'm on my way to it. It could have been Guzbo or Ad. We don't know yet. He hasn't given me the option to accuse them, but I'll give it a go. Should we just...
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Like
So
some
I
of
opened
these
the consecration
changed.
chamber to verify
Maybe I can
that the
ask them
coronet
again.
was in working order.
I'm still not sure about this one because it says he went in to check on the coronet. But surely he would have seen that there's no limiter on it, but I can't contradict him on that with the limiter. It says it doesn't. It simply don't okay it. It doesn't follow my logic. This is one of those games where you've understood something, but the game hasn't coded in that logic itself. That's why you've committed loads of crimes, alright? I've watched you do them. I'm sorry to hear you had a fall last year, Flucky Pink Blonde. I hope it wasn't too bad. Apologies in advance for the question about another stream. But who is Tiny in the RDR server? Tiny is... Is Tiny Solomon? Guspo would know better than me. I can't remember actually. I am on the Discord, I haven't really looked into it too much. You being a drama queen. Tiny's health might. Okay, there you go, there's your answer, Goose. There's your answer. Rollerblading is awesome, yeah. Give it another go. A lot of my friends took up rollerblading during the pandemic as well. There's some fucking awesome roller skates you can get now. Yeah, Guspo's in charge. Along with others.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk.
Maybe
again.
that's where maybe I'm just doing it in the wrong place. If I contradict him there with the limiter, maybe. Fuck.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
I'm stuck now. Fuck yeah, skates with glowing light up wheels. Get on it. Yeah, Tiny's been great. I have seen quite a lot of him being awesome. Going wakeboarding tomorrow. Yeah, I've heard you can get some fucking gnarly injuries from wakeboarding. Like, you hit the water so fast when you're doing that. Ask them about the weather. Good ad tips there. Ad, can we get a weather update from your end? Is it raining? Not currently raining here. Everybody let me know. What's the weather like? Gonna chop that flavour, I'm taking it. Gideon activated the consecration chamber. I immediately felt something was wrong. I don't know, man. I'm stuck now. Let's just accuse him. There's... When could I have done any of this? Well... when you opened the chamber. During the prayer you claim to have opened the chamber to check the materials. Ooh, I guess we got that right. The means. Gideon was the one that operated the device. How could I have affected the chamber or Mother Miriam? By taking the limiter off? There was nothing faulty with the coronet itself. Craftsmanship was flawless, as was Gideon's performance. Alright, we weren't there, we don't fucking know. But you removed the limiter from the coronet without Gideon's knowledge. Which, coupled with the coronet's high amplification, caused an oversurge. Gideon's arrogance may have endangered Mother Miriam, but you ensured she would die from it. I'm worried we're going to pin it on Reuben, and he was the best one. Ghostway's off to do crimes. Good to hear. Not raining, not snowing. Snowed here yesterday. Where are you, Stardust? Where it snowed? Are you up in Scotland? Raining men, you hate to see it. Stay inside, Pip. Stay safe. No tornadoes. Warm. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All this weather. Lovely little shout outs. You love to see it. Excellent weather reports, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping in, Guzby. Motive. Mother Miriam was our patron. Why would I want to harm her? Because of envy. Yes. Mother Miriam's death was merely a means to an end. Humiliation of Gideon. You envy your brother's success. You want his fame, his glory. I mean, we've got all three. Are we going to accuse Reuben? I don't want to accuse Reuben. Don't say that, fluffy pink blonde. You want the darkness again? I'm quite enjoying evening light times. It's good for walking the dogs. I want his normal neck. That's not a normal neck. We've been through this. It's a horrible travesty of a neck with a capital V. Oh, you want... Oh, I see. He wants Gideon's normal neck. Has he got a normal neck? We can't check now. Or can we? He's sort of got it covered up. You can't really see. It does look like it might be a normal neck. Oh, I see. Is there a quicker way for me to refer to you rather than just fluffy pink blonde? Because it's quite hard to say and I keep nearly saying it wrong. Fluffy? Fluffy's fine? Okay, good. Alright, Cade. Good to see you in. How are you doing this evening? No neck shaming. Fair point. Fair point. Fluff or flu? Okay. Or flur. Fluff or flur? I don't want to accuse Reuben, even if he does have a weird neck. But we'll do it.
Unsoft sees all, Reuben. You killed Mother Miriam to frame Gideon and take him down a peg. With Gideon gone, a daemon whispered that people would finally recognize you for your
I am older than Gideon. My work is better than Gideon, and more important. But no one sees my work. No one understands my work.
Ruben's getting a bit intense now. I think I've changed my opinion. Why are you doing squid emotes, Pip? What's this about? Have you just found the emotes at the bottom of the screen?
Confess, Reuben. Tell us what the daemon made you do.
Oh.
Gideon was Mother Miriam's favorite. She barely knew I existed. When Gideon suggested increasing the ether output of the coronet, I had an idea. I would sabotage the ceremony by removing the limiter. Mother Miriam had no idea what was about to happen to her.
I didn't want it to be Reuben.
I went back to my workstation, waiting for Gideon to close his eyes.
Pretend to work. Get along.
While Gideon and Mother Miriam were praying, I reopened the chamber and removed the limiter.
Why didn't she notice?
When Gideon started the ceremony, I placed the limiter on his table so that it would look as though his negligence led to Mother Miriam's death.
Like his little flappy feet. He sounds like a duck walking across the floor.
When the oversearch began, I goaded Gideon on by telling him to stop the ceremony.
That's quite
Of
alright,
course he didn't
Goose.
listen. And so Mother Miriam died. I killed her. I regret only that I've been discovered.
Can't believe it. Special little guy. What now then? What do I do now? Oh.
Demonic corruption runs deep within Reuben's soul. Yet
It's
Reuben
music.
will still be saved.
Are we gonna exercise him now?
I must speak the daemon's true name. Then the daemon will be cast out. Ain Suf, guide me. What daemon has possessed Reuben?
Are we Einsof? Are we the god? Hey, it wasn't ages, humble one. It was like 5 minutes. You shut your mouth. So it was Beelzebub the gluttonous, simple-minded daemon that debilitates the host, turning them into feral beasts. The host is compelled to consume stranger and filthier things until nothing remains of their humanity. Probably not that one. The Thanos the vengeful, a furious daemon that stokes the simmering rage within the host, preys upon the fervent and the righteous, goading them to take matters into their own hands. Probably that one. Lotan the envious, playful but deceitful daemon who slowly drives the host mad with whispers of their own inadequacy. The host blames others for their ill fortune until the apparent injustice drives them to take what is rightfully theirs. It could be that one. Lucifer the proud, the prince of daemons and the eternal adversary of Ein Sof, manifests in the ambitious and strong-willed, promising their heart's desire in exchange for their soul. So it's between the vengeful and the envious. It already said he was envious. So... I haven't seen Young Sherlock Holmes. Is it any good, SD? Yeah, see, Marta, it was Ad's fault, really. He could talk, he could have fixed it straight away, but he did nothing. I was let down. So it was treason then. Yeah, he was jealous of his brother, so it's probably Llamachan, right? It could be either of them though. Do we go with Llamachan because he said he had envy in his psychological profile? That seems like the best fit. Let's do it.
Out, Lotan! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Magnificently done, Madam Exorcist.
The power of Ein Sof compels you, Lotan! Leave this soul and return to the ether!
Thousands of years, and you humans never change. Never satisfied, always comparing, wanting more. Someone else is always richer, prettier, wiser, better. Nothing can ever fill that void within you. Not even me.
Silence, Lotan. Reuben may yet be redeemed.
Yes, let's save our boy.
You are a scourge. Without your influence, a good woman would still be alive. Leave humans be, Lotan. I banish you.
As you wish.
Oh, sorry, click that.
But I'll return soon enough. My prince and master Lucifer walks among you. Lucifer will open the gates of hell, and at last, humanity will remember its full potential. Until then, Madam Exorcist, adieu.
What a polite Damon.
Come forth, Reuben. What remains of you?
Thank.
He's silent and still. Poor soul. Rest, Reuben. Heal, if you can.
Sister Ada, you've returned. Was there a demon at work after all?
He said demon! I thought we were on Damon. They keep switching it up. Alright, I've missed loads of stuff here. Early film from Chris Columbus. Who's in that? I thought that was a newer film. Young Sherlock Holmes. Dancing cream pastries in a hallucination scene. What? Oh, from Young Sherlock Holmes. That confused me for a second. There was a daemon or a demon because they can't decide on how to say it within Reuben.
I'm afraid so. The exorcism was a success. Reuben's soul has been purged. Unfortunately, the daemon was difficult to cleanse.
Daemon again.
Reuben is returned to pure innocence.
What? The exorcism shattered his mind?
See?
Can you bring him back?
He could have a dodgy neck under there, we don't know. Could be a weird V in there. Maybe that's why he's got like a neck thing.
It's out of my hands. If Ein Sof wills it, maybe Reuben will heal.
Guards, please escort this shell to the cryostasis cellar. I pray for his swift recovery. Abbot Gregory.
Praise be to Ein Sof, Sister Ada. You have saved on behalf of
I'm sorry, I
everyone
keep
at
flicking
St.
it.
Burgers. I express our utmost gratitude.
I keep pretending that I'm playing the game on my own, and I read through the sentence too quickly and then I click it before they finish speaking.
We are not yet safe.
I'll try not to.
We must act quickly until we locate the source of the demonic influence. We don't understand yet why Daemons would act after 100 years. Holy Father, we must quarantine the Abbey and the surrounding town immediately. Detain and interrogate anyone who seems suspicious.
We can try, Sister Ada, but it will be difficult, as we have visitors arriving hourly.
Close the siege.
Much like yourself, pilgrims from afar are here to celebrate Walpurgisnacht.
Oh, okay. Walpurgisnacht.
It's such a shame Mother Miriam couldn't bear witness to it.
She's in there. She's mostly paced now, but she's in there.
Ah, yes. The priestess. We must destroy her body immediately. Traces of demonic influence may remain from her contact with Reuben.
We've all had contact with Reuben. Do we have to explode everyone?
No, Sister Ada, thank you for your concern, but we absolutely cannot. Mother Miriam was a prominent figure and well-loved, with decades of service. We must treat her body with dignity and give her a proper burial. Send Mother Miriam's body to the mortuary for embalming.
Seems like a mistake.
Your Excellency, we really ought to take the advice of the exorcist.
Mother Miriam's body has been desecrated enough, Virgil. Send her to the mortuary, now.
You done fucked up, Abbott.
As you command, Your Excellency.
Holy Father, you are making a grave mistake.
Did she just do a pun on purpose? Was that a purposeful pun? I don't think now's the time, really, to be honest.
Sister Ada, don't worry yourself. All will be well. Saint Walpurga's triumph over Lucifer has brought us a century of peace and bliss. It's horrifying that a demon was exorcised from our abbey, but surely it was the final remnant.
Really thought she was about to say holy fuck. It feels like it.
The daemon within Reuben spoke of Lucifer's return. Lucifer's ways are insidious. Even the most devout among us have temptations.
It's a shame Brother Reuben fell to the demon. But the rest of my flock is stronger. Faith shall be their shield. Now, please excuse me. This evening's mass requires my attention. We are honored by your presence, Sister Ada. Praise be to Ein Sof.
Even the Holy Father can be foolish, then. Ein Sof. Let it not be true that Lucifer walks. Ein Sof, guide me.
I did it again.
That I may unmask all lies, no matter how painful.
He's not that old, Greg, guys. I mean, we can't confirm if he's got a mangina or not, but maybe that's a later case. The demon's final words haunted me. Lucifer was already among us. I wanted to destroy Mother Miriam's body to purge any traces of demonic influence. Abbot Gregory did not heed my words. Mother Miriam was to be given a proper burial. That afternoon, Inquisitor Virgil sent for me, asking urgently to meet him at the graveyard. That sounds good. Sounds promising. I'm sure nothing bad has happened.
Ein Sof. Thank you for coming to our aid so quickly, Sister Ada.
You said it was urgent. Has something happened to Mother Miriam's body?
No, in some ways, that would have been easier. There is now a second untimely death.
I hope they exploded as well.
Another murder. On the very same day.
That isn't for me to
I did
say,
it again!
But this time, the victim is a younger acolyte named Isaac. His remains were found in the grave that was dug for Mother Miriam. Poor kid's throat was slit.
Gruesome. Who was at the graveyard when the body was found?
Only 3 people were present this afternoon. A scholar, an embalmer, and a grave tender. Father Augustine is a scholar, visiting for Mother Miriam's funeral. The victim was his apprentice. Sister Nerissa, an embalmer with a sterling reputation, preparing Mother Miriam's body for burial. Finally, Abraham, the grave tender, a layman who has kept the grounds of the abbey for many years. None of them say they were near the grave until after the body was discovered.
Which means someone is lying. No matter. Ein Suf sees all. We will unmask their lies and bring the truth forward. I swear it.
Woo! We've got 3 people now. Why? What have you done, Humble? Have you been causing trouble? You've gone a bit loopy. That makes sense. It probably was tiny. I know he's been messing about with some graves, hasn't he? It's not old Greg! Project Zomboid. Oh, I'm so tempted to get in on that as well, but I think everyone's given up on it now, haven't they? Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be starting another case tonight. I'll probably leave it until next stream. If I can figure out how to leave the game. There we go. Does it autosave? I hope it does. I hope it does. Right then. You're just acting strange, are you, Humble? That checks out. Does check out. Let's find somebody to do a little radion. A radion. Who's online? Let me just check my phone to make sure that's up to date. It's not up to date. Hey, why are you not updating? We did raid him last time, but my choices are thin on the ground. Why have we got Ghostbusters going on? I guess that kind of was Ghostbustery, wasn't it? No worries at all, Ed. No worries at all. Thanks for being in at all. I appreciate the help. Oh, we should set me back to just chatting. If one of my 2 mods could set me back to just chatting, if they haven't already. I haven't seen it. Just so that it bookends the VOD correctly. Thank you everybody for coming in. Thanks for watching this, again, another strange murder game with me, and thanks for the follows and the Ko-fi donations as well. Very much appreciated. I will send you over to Alzasto, who we did raid last time, but he's just a lovely little man, isn't he? Don't tell him. Don't tell him I called him that. I don't know how tall he is. He might not be a little man. Oh, this is a disastrous ending. Anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. We'll pick up this some other time. I don't know when. Turn on the notifications. Get me followed if you haven't already. I try and announce it on Twitter. If I don't, then I think I've got an auto tweet that does it. Everybody else, have a nice evening, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.